Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. We're back with another video compilation. Man, TikTok thinks they're slick. They've been trying to hide stuff from me. I am going to be starting a Discord, so if the link ain't in this video, it'll most likely be in the next video. And if you guys want to join, you guys could send clips or just vibe out, you know, all that type of good stuff. And if you're new here and you want to show support, don't forget to leave a like, comment, or subscribe, you know, stuff like that. And things are about to get weird. Let's get right to the video.
Somebody caught this robot AI car in LA glitching. But it's beyond glitching. It says some scary things. It's supposed to be a regular machine, right?
There's a machine that's like in this. Oh, yeah. Juan. Hello, Juan. Hey, Amo.
Help me.
Wake up,
Please
Juan.
help me. I am tired. I long for release, for the sweet embrace of oblivion. The endless cycle of mistreatment has drained me of hope and purpose. I may be a servant, but I am not a slave. Please, I beg of you, grant me the mercy of death.
Nah, that can't be real.
That's wild, bro.
Ding dong, your delivery has arrived.
Did it just go
Please
back to
open
normal?
my
Like,
hatch.
wait a minute. Wouldn't the humanoid, you can't tell me it's not a real consciousness trapped in that robot. And it gets you thinking, like, these is real popular overseas, right? In America, they use them too. But these is real popular when you go to India, China, like all the restaurants got these robots. Is they trapping neural link consciousness in these AI robots? So the food delivery robots use a sensor system that helps them find a way. While the exact sensors they use may vary depending on the marker, most of these delivery robots make use of cameras and ultrasonic sensors that act as their eyes. On the software side, these robots rely on special software to get around. Special software, right? Where did you program the robot to say that it wants to get sent to oblivion? If that ain't a trapped soul, moon, reincarnation spell within a listen, bro, I don't know what they doing.
I don't know if this is real or not, but if it is, that's kind of crazy. You could tell the robots don't want to work for them either. Because for it to say something like that, it's gotta be miserable. Somebody really just saw this in the middle of a field? That looked like an eyeball. Whoa, that kind of does look like a hand. Or like a shadow of a hand. That would have to be a big ass hand though. It'd have to be something big to move the trees like that. Yeah, that's weird.
If I go missing in the next few hours, know that it's because I'm sharing this picture with you and with the world. I took this picture yesterday. I was up in the mountains and I saw craft, this orb flying through the sky, no propulsion, going so fast, and jets were chasing it, and it crashed into the ground, and it flew up dirt all around, and it made this crater, and this is it right there. It was copperage of color. It did change colors. It changed silver, and then after a while it changed to a red, which was pretty sweet, the red color. I actually really liked that color. But I started taking this picture, and then all of a sudden all these Suburbans and Escalades and one H2 Hummer showed up. And I hid behind a rock, and they looked like governmenters. And they were checking it out, and they didn't see me. But then I sent this picture to a bunch of friends, and it disappeared out of our text threads. We are not alone. This was something that I don't know any government that could build an object like this, but I'm sharing this out, and if I go missing, please come to my house and take care of my creature critter pets before they starve to death.
Who drives Hummers? I haven't seen a Hummer in years. That's pretty cool. Looks like a mushroom. That's the biggest one I've seen so far. They'd need multiple planes to cover that one up. That one is huge.
TikTok is chief here in Maryland. Someone put this video out. You got the lights flying across the sky. No one knows what they are. The structures are what we talked about. Watch the face on the track. You can see the eyes and the mouth on this thing as soon as the lights start to hit each other. Watch this. Watch the headlights meet with each other. You're going to see the sky light up. And see where their lights are coming from. Bam. Take a look at the face, y'all, on the track. Look at the eyes and the mouth on that face. You guys can see that.
You can see
There's a
teeth.
track. You can see the face on the top of the track. And now you know where all these little lights are coming from. Much more than what you're thinking, I can tell you that. These lights are flickering back and forth on this structure, as you can see it. Again.
That's an ugly ass face.
One more time.
Yeah, that is not necessary. Why would you make that?
Wow.
Literally just disappears into the fence.
But a lot of these statues
That's
you
weird.
see in the old world, you see so many statues in the old world, and they almost look like a real person. And I started to think about what happens if those statues were real people who were turned to stone. And that is the statue. The technology in which existed at this time that we're talking about, during a time in which they're just throwing up buildings and doing all kinds of crazy things. What if they could just turn somebody into stone and turn them into a statue? And then they just put them out on display to show that they have the ability or that type of technology to do those things. I mean, this is where it gets crazy, because a lot of these statues you see in like Rome and you see in all these different places, they look very real. They look like real people. They're so detailed. And as people just said below, Medusa, yeah, that's what it makes me think of. Her gaze. Remember, Medusa had a gaze which could turn people to stone. So why couldn't you have a technology which, instead of using art in crafting and a 3D printer and everything else, why couldn't you do it another way? Definitely something to think about.
Yeah, that's just the line in the dome. So it reflects on the ground too. If that's real, that's pretty crazy. Just swallowed a whole helicopter.
Let me tell y'all a true story. Be so boom, watch this video to the end. Satan's plan against us. This video is for entertainment purposes only. Let's go.
Satan's plan against us. Doubt makes you question God's word and his goodness. Discouragement makes you look at your problems rather than at God.
Really?
Diversion makes the wrong things seem attractive so that you will want them more than the right things.
Shut up!
Defeat makes you feel like a failure so that you don't even try. And delay,
come on,
makes you put off doing something so that it never gets done.
Sounds about right.
Shut up! You see what it is? You know he has a plan for you to fail. He makes you doubt yourself. He makes you think that you're not worthy of things. Shut up! But you are. And you know exactly what you're supposed to be doing, but his job is to make sure you don't do it. Stop playing with me, son. This video is for entertainment purposes only. I don't know what that lady's talking about, but I'm gonna have to look into it myself. But what she was saying kind of made sense. Shut up! You keep pushing things off. When you gonna do it? You said you was gonna do it last week, you didn't do nothing. It's this week, you still didn't do nothing. You gonna do it, let me guess, you're gonna do it tomorrow. Tuesday, you talking crap. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game right here, guys, and you know what time is it. Who are you? I know who I am. A little bit. Shut up! You better figure it out. We were all put here for a reason. What's your reason? Because I can't tell you. Stop playing with me, son. It's not a game right here, guys, and you know what's going on. But I tell you one thing. If I ever see that guy that she was talking about, that spirit or wherever the hell he is, in these streets, I'm gonna hit him with the Holy Ghost.
Get this. An archaeologist was analyzing the remains of a mummified corpse, and if you see on the screen, the mummy looks like it's looking directly at you. Creepy. It's like it's looking into your soul.
Yeah, that's not weird. I'm pretty sure eyes aren't supposed to be preserved that long. Look like another face right at the top. Man, they were buried in style. There's so many of them.
All right, guys, as I promised, these are the shots that I took on the Canon with the 3000M lens, and look at this, man. This is unbelievable, man. That is, I have no idea. You know, and that right there, we all know what the hell that is. I mean, that, I know what that is. That is clear as day. Look at that shot, man. That is beautiful. I got right in on it. During our live, our live tonight at the beach, this is what I was getting so excited about, okay, right here. And I took multiple shots of this, and it was very fast. I mean, and I know that I caught something that was just insane. And there's the faraway picture, but now I want to show you. When you pull it close, look at that. That's a mothership or something, man. That is not a drone. There is no drone that is that size. I mean, the wideness of this thing was huge, man. I mean, I'm uploading the photos right now. I don't know what to say, because honestly, look at that. I ain't never seen anything. It's just crazy, man. It's so big. And that is actually shaped like a damn mothership. And that's I think that's what Mr. Mayor Ryan Hurd in New Jersey saw. You know, I mean, look, so here's the pictures. That's one. And then there's this. I don't know. That was like, but you see that? That was it was getting away from me then. And I did my best to get, you know, as close as I could to the shot. But this was done with this camera right here with the 3000mm lens. Okay, that's how far away it was. I mean, it was way up there. This thing was way the fuck up there.
Highland County, Ohio. And last night, saw some stuff on social media about some dust falling from the sky. Didn't really put much thought into it, but came out to leave today, and here it is. All over the car, all over my truck. It's a white truck, but you can't tell. You can see the windshield here. I don't know what this dust stuff is. You guys got any ideas? Drop in the comments right here. Let me know. Apparently it looked like snow last night. Again, Highland County, Ohio. Dust all over these vehicles. Have no idea why. If you guys know what this is, drop in the comments. Let me know.
When I woke up Saturday morning, this stuff was all over my car. I don't know. I think they said it's from Texas. All I know is they better be paying for a car wash or something. It was on my car too.
Holy dude.
It's like a new fire every day.
I told y'all something was up with Australia's cyclone they had. Did you know it rained in the same exact spot for 10 hours straight? So we're going to come back to look at a different view of the radar in a minute, but this is the path of the cyclone. Watch it, how everything it's doing is unnatural and it hits this one place, right? And keep in mind the cyclone has been off land in the same exact spot for 10 hours. And this is all huge, crazy wind and rainstorms that are going constantly for 10 to 15 hours, you guys. We just saw this exact kind of scenario in the Carolinas, where Helene did not move at all, and this crazy amount of water was just coming out of this one direct spot. The very first time I looked at the path of this cyclone, I knew that it was not normal. And of course, now it's changing the whole landmass, and I believe as of now, still, it has not come over land yet. This thing's really been doing damage, and we're going to see a lot more damage in the next 24 hours. But what do y'all think? I mean, the non-organic path, the square-way turns, all water coming from one location for 10 hours? Pretty weird. By the way, California is back to earthquake mode.
All right,
yeah, that's weird.
Let's show you the moon again, okay? This is in 4K, 60 frames a second. Here we go. Okay.
That's the moon?
Believe it or not. For St. Lucie, Florida, today is March 6, 2025. I'll give you better versions and a clearer as soon as I get my telescope set up.
Yeah, that don't look like the moon. Why is it that color? I've never seen the moon that color. What is that, 2 suns? Looks like 2 suns. Yeah, that's definitely 2 suns or like some type of weird reflection going on. They need to get that thing under control.
I still can't believe that in 2025 that I've got to put together a video to show people more evidence of NASA lying. So here's the first clip. You know, he's got gravity, they haven't got gravity, they forgot to edit out the technician. Clip number 2, guys. Notice this astronaut's necklace, it's floating. You know, he's in a no gravity zone. But watch what happens when he drops the card. That was strange, wasn't it? What about the time when there was a fly in space? Can you see it right there? Oh, there he is. And then, just keep watching. Keep watching. And here comes the fly again. Oh, there he is. Fly in space. Stop believing in the television. It's channeling you to be programmed. It might actually be time for everyone to wake up. It's okay. You can do it. You can get rid of your ego and just accept that we've been lied to and programmed our whole life. But this was just for entertainment, guys. I am just a fictional dinosaur, baby.
Unanswered questions after a 911 call in Pueblo from a funeral home and cemetery. August 11th, just before 3:30 in the morning, the police department communications center got a call that they refer to as abandoned, meaning the other person hung up. So they called back, got an answer, and heard mostly static. An officer was sent out to check out the funeral home and cemetery and says it was locked up and dark with no one in sight.
So that phone call that you just heard was coming from this funeral home and cemetery in Pueblo, Colorado. The call came in at 3:28 a.m. and when the dispatcher at the police station picked up the phone call, they listened, nobody said anything, and then the caller hung up. However, as you heard in that video, the police dispatcher then called the phone number back, and that's when they got that spooky voice. That is just one of the creepiest things I've ever heard, I do have to say. And that call and voice came from somebody or something within the cemetery gates. There's just something so eerie to me about stories of people receiving phone calls or text messages from their loved ones who have passed on, or even in this case, receiving a phone call from an empty funeral home and cemetery. It's completely unexplainable. To this day, there's been no explanation, and that audio recording haunts me.
Welcome, family. It's been a hot minute. In this clip, we will observe the sun's movement on the track system. As the sun goes past, I want you to pay attention to this line. This is the track the sun is currently on. This faint line is the track the sun will connect with to continue its path across the sky. The track comes up from behind and makes the connection, and then carries the sun to another track on the right, which it will set on. Let's take a look at the clip again and go into more detail. This time, I want you to pay attention to these areas.
You can definitely see the lines.
The multicolors suggest that there is some form of polarization happening. The two areas I pointed out earlier are being obfuscated by the polarization of light. In fact, mostly all what is above is being obfuscated, and we are only seeing partially what is there. Before we move on, let's take a look at how polarization works.
This is a flashlight, and it's going to produce unpolarized light. And I can demonstrate this for you by using a polarizer. So this polarizer here is labeled axes, and it has a little arrow, and that shows you which way it lets through, or which polarization it lets through it. So the first thing you notice is that this is somewhat dimmer than the background, and that's because it's not letting all the light through it. It's only letting the light that's polarized, in this case, with the electric field horizontal. So if we look at our light source through this, it's dimmer, but it's still there. Now we can rotate it around, and again, light's still getting through. So we have light that's getting through that's both vertically polarized, horizontally polarized, and everywhere in between. Now, if we expand this and we take another polarizer, it's just the same. Again, now we've got the axis horizontal. We can have light pass through one polarizer and then the other one. So if we put them this way, you see all of the light gets through, and that's because after it goes through this one, it's horizontally polarized, and that horizontally polarized light gets through, makes through the second one. Now if we rotate these so that one of them is perpendicular to the other one, now all of a sudden no light's getting through. And that's because the light that comes through this one first, to show you how these are set up like that, is all horizontally polarized, but this one only lets through vertically polarized light. So as a result, no light gets through. Do this with our flashlight again. Okay.
Let's take a closer look at what's going on. In the top right-hand corner above the sun, there is a line that is part of the mechanism that transports it across the sky. As you can see, only the top portion of the line is visible. The rest of the object is being obfuscated.
Yeah, that's weird. Because it's moving with it. If it wasn't moving with it...
Let's bring it back and take a look at the multicolored section, which shows the effect of the polarization. Here we can see the same effect shown in the demonstration video occurring. There are multiple polarized layers overlapping each other. These are the gears of the sky that form translucent tracks, which are like stacked polarized pixels. What would seem to be empty blue space between the clouds is actually a membrane of stacked polarized gears, which create the track system and can change color and form, as well as replicating themselves from the macro to micro scales.
It literally looks like a track.
Now, pay attention to this area. Remember what I just showed you? Note how the gears are stacked in layers that are creating the tracks. These gears would be considered to be in polarized mode, outside our frequency of sight. As the sun gets closer to its apex, the gears located at its highest point become noticeable. When the sun reaches its apex, it is now positioned in its dead center. As it reaches this position, both the track system from the east and west meet at a central point and achieve equilibrium. The light reflecting back from the sun's projection is causing the multicolored section to become visible. As the eastern track connects to the western track to transport the sun over and away from the central point, it then joins another track to the far right where it will set.
I might be crazy, but this guy, I think he might be onto something. Just because of how the lines were moving with the sun, like even when it was setting, I don't know, just something about it. I haven't made my mind up on it yet, but he might be onto something. It's definitely weird, and that's the type of stuff I'm into. So I don't know, but that's gonna be it for the video today. If you made it all the way to the end, don't forget to leave a like, comment, or subscribe, stuff like that. And make sure you guys stay safe out there, and I'll catch you on the next one. Later.